We are only a couple of days away from Super Bowl Sunday, and while sports betting is not legal here in the state of Texas, a legal loophole called prediction markets offers a similar experience for fans. And here to tell us more is Justin Farmer, CEO of Exit Wealth. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us, Justin.
Hey, Katie, happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Justin, you have experience with financial analysis and economic reporting. So can you tell us what prediction markets are and how this works?
Well, first of all, whether you're talking about prediction markets or traditional betting, this isn't wealth investing. Use it as entertainment. There's a reason all the buildings in Las Vegas are tall and beautiful and full of marble, because the house wins. So in addition to that, you know, when you think about the biggest apps out there like DraftKings, that's illegal in Texas because that's traditional betting. You're trying to bet who wins or loses a game. But there's a bit of a gray area, a loophole. When you talk about apps you may have heard of, such as Prize Picks or Underdog, in those apps, you're not picking a winner or a loser in a game, but you're predicting how someone may succeed or fail in that game. Right? So an example would be, Katie, does the Patriots quarterback Drake May, does he throw for at least 2 touchdowns in the game? On that, you can place a wager.
So you mentioned that DraftKings is not available here in the state of Texas. So what alternatives are there for people who do want to get on the guessing game ahead of the big game?
Yeah, that's what you do. You can go to Underdog is one. I like Prize Picks the most. I actually met the guy here in Atlanta, the founder of Prize Picks, and that company just blew up. And here's why. Because in states such as Texas and Georgia and several others where gambling is illegal, the legislatures in those states, such as Texas, they've looked the other way. Again, it's that gray area where you may say, I think that the field goal kicker in Sunday's game for the Seahawks is going to have 3 or more field goals. On that, you can place a wager. Where you cannot in Texas is you cannot say, I think the Seahawks are going to win by 10. You can't bet like that, but you can bet on someone's success or failure in the game. Now, you ask an interesting question. For legalized gambling to go through and pass in Texas, here's what would have to occur. You would have to have, at the legislature level, a 2/3 approval. So that's been stalling in the Senate in 2023 and 2025. But if it gets through the House and the Senate in Austin, it would then go to the citizens of Texas to approve it. And then if they did, then Texas would join those other states where you could then have legalized gambling. And then you could use an app such as DraftKings.
You gave some great examples just moments ago. So what are some potential bets that people could be making ahead of the Super Bowl on Sunday?
Oh, it's crazy. You can go into these apps and you can go and find out, again, you can about how many touchdowns is this quarterback or that quarterback going to throw, how many yards for a particular running back or yards receiving for a particular wide receiver. And then if you go outside the norm, maybe you have a friend who, so to speak, will let you place a bet. The prop bets this year, Katie, are so entertaining. For example, did you know you can bet on which color of Gatorade the winning team will be using? So will it be orange, or will it be lemon lime, or will it be blue? And in some of those bets, this is the most intriguing one. If the winning coach does not get a Gatorade bath, you could place $100 on that and win $5 grand. Because in that situation, if you know anything about betting, that's called a plus 5,000.
That's actually always my favorite question, is what will the Gatorade be? Are there any trends that we're seeing as far as betting in the state of Texas or even across the United States?
Yeah, the trends are these prop bets. And then on Wall Street, you know, in our business, there's so much going on in regards to will NVIDIA hit a certain kind of level on its earnings coming up, or the price of Bitcoin. You can really go down the rabbit hole, but I encourage you to read up on that. And it even goes into who will be the next Supreme Court nominee. I mean, you can really almost bet on how many clouds are in the sky over Austin if you wanted to. You mean O'Brien? It's just wild. But can I tell you the one that may be getting the most attention for tomorrow's game? All right, you ready, Katie?
Yeah, I'm ready.
National Anthem. Do you know who's singing it?
I do not, actually, off the top of my head.
It's Charlie Puth, right? He's a pop star, right?
Yes.
Charlie Puth. So Charlie Puth is singing the National Anthem. And one of the highest placed bets is the over-under on the length of his rendition of the National Anthem. So it's at 2 minutes. So if you think Charlie's going to go longer than 2 minutes, bet the over. If you think he's going to come just under, you'd bet the under. And because he's a pop star and he ain't no Whitney Houston, I would take the under if it were me.
I think I would agree with you, Justin. Well, a lot to look forward to this Sunday. Justin, thank you so much for taking the time to break all this down for us this afternoon.
You got it. And hi to my in-laws who live around the corner from your station.